the new Trump tariffs are affecting my guitar business. I have a guitar gear business called Disher Music Gear. And yeah, I do a lot of my production overseas. So I am like looking at the tariffs and saying, okay, what am I going to owe? Good news is for my Disher rattlesnake bases, I already paid for those full out, even with shipping. So I'm optimistic. Hopefully they won't charge me. Now, I do have some guitar straps and some base cases, hard cases, and I do have some boxes that I've ordered for a new order. Put down the deposit. I'm just waiting for them to finish. It should be in a couple weeks, and I'll do the final payment. Waiting to hear back if I have to owe over 30% tariffs on that. But let's see if it happens. You know, as a small business owner, like I can easily pivot, right? And also, my margins are pretty good, especially for my guitar accessories. So I have two options as a business owner. I can reevaluate. I can basically eat the cost and then my profit margins go low because I really don't want to change my prices. Or I could pass on the prices to the consumer and just raise the price. Now, I really don't want to do that. So thankfully, I have really good margins because I have low overhead. So it's possible that, excuse me, it's possible that, you know, I'll be fine and I can figure it out. But for the big boys and the big girls out there, yeah, it might be a little bit more difficult. I can understand why they're sweating. Hopefully negotiations come about with these new Trump tariffs because they are really high. I personally don't think they're going to stay this high. I really don't. I think that there'll be some negotiations, there'll be some back and forth, and then we might get to some reasonable terms. But let's see what happens. But in the end, yes, it does affect us as a business owner. It does affect business owners in general. But you know what? At least for me, I try to be optimistic about life anyways. It's a chess game because we live in a global economy. And I would love to build most of my stuff in the United States. However, manufacturing capabilities in the United States for some of the things that I make, one place can make it and then another place can make it. So then you'd have to ship it from one place to the next. And then by all that time, the costs go up, right? Where in other countries, they have places where they can build everything in-house in one and it helps keep the costs down. So these are all things we have to think about. Now, ideally, I would love to build in America. The problem is building in America usually does cost a little bit higher, but there is a premium for made in the USA. And I often sometimes like to buy things made in the USA too. So with that said, as a business owner, as you can see, this is just me talking openly. These are things that if I'm a little guy, a little tadpole trying to figure this out, you can imagine what the big boys are doing and the big girls are doing. They're having a lot of discussions right now trying to figure out what's going on, especially in the auto industry. But we'll see what happens. Overall, I'm not too concerned. I think things are going to shake out like, normal. I think we will get to more reasonable terms. But in the meantime, it's a chess game.